Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition. We are wrapping up rapidly with the NFL season. We have the divisional, and we have the semifinals, the Pro Bowl, which nobody watches, and of course the Super Bowl. Depending on the team, nobody will watch. But I think I think we're gonna have a competitive weekend, and let's hope it's a competitive and not uh, one-sided. Of course, if you're the fans of the team, you want it to
Correct.
be one your sided. You know what I'm saying? You want it, but either way, let's hopefully there's no referee interference and we let them play football. So when we come back, um, we have an announcement to make, and of course, as always, I'm being joined with my brother Crypto and my other brother down here, Man of the Hour. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. So welcome back, and
Alrighty.
as I previewed before, I got my co-host Crypto, who's been down with me. We've been doing Insomnia since day one together, and of course, this off season, I'm doing an off season panel featuring this gentleman right here, Man of the Hour. What's going on, man? I'm glad to have you a part of the program.
Glad to
Yep.
be part of it.
You're gonna bring us,
Welcome, man.
Thank you. And I'm gonna bring that cowboy stuff, and I'm gonna be real with you about it too. I'm gonna let you know.
and by the way,
We appreciate
y'all
being
both.
real as a fan of another NFL ball club. That's what we need.
Hmm.
Yep.
So, who do you think? Who do you think the Cowboys? They've been linked to Deion Sanders and been linked to Bill Belichick. What do you think of both those names?
I think none of them are coming.
Hmm.
I mean, I've heard Dion say out of his mouth that in order for him to go to the NFL, he'd have to coach both of his sons. So I don't
Oh,
know
both of them?
how. Yes, he
Mm.
said
How's that
both.
possible?
So
Without moving around a bunch of picks.
but
I mean,
I think he said that because he really doesn't want to come to the NFL. So
right. He
he's
had made
gonna
it impossible.
make it real hard
Yeah.
for a franchise to sit up there and do that. I mean, whoever grabs Shador,
Hmm.
which is probably what top five, you're
Right.
gonna have to sit up there and make sure.
Tennessee.
And then
Somebody.
it might be a team that doesn't really need a coach. So so that's the thing there.
Hmm.
Um, as far as Belichick go, I don't think that's happening either. We all know how much of a asshole Jerry Jones is, and Jerry Jones just like a bunch of yes mans. And Belichick is not one of those guys. Neither is Dion, but I think Dion can tolerate it because I think Dion can. I think he has more control over Jerry. I think he'll be able to stand up to Jerry, and Jerry will take it from Dion. But I think just the possibility of trying to get him there would be it's just impossible. And as far as Belichick goes, I think Belichick just doesn't want to deal with that, with what Jerry brings to the table. And I just, I mean, because I feel like he would have been came over already. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way in hell you're telling me that Belichick. I mean, yeah, there's other teams that could have benefited from Belichick, this season, but not one NFL team reached out to Bill Belichick, and us supposedly, quote unquote, having one of those rosters on paper. Why isn't Belichick one of those guys that's called? I mean, Jerry loves the attention. Jerry loves cameras and all that other stuff. Bringing Bill Belichick there would give you all that.
Yeah.
Bringing Deion Sanders there would give you all that. So that's why these names are associated with the Cowboys, because Jerry likes the attention and he likes to sit up there and, just, I mean, look what he did to Dak Prescott in the contract thing. Like he milked it all the way as low as he could before he signed him. Why? Because he knows the earlier he signs him, that's something less to talk about when you're talking about the Cowboys. So he's going to sit up there and make sure the Cowboys is going to be a topic, and you're going to have a topic to use. So, and one of those topics is, why haven't the Cowboys signed Dak Prescott yet? Why haven't the Cowboys signed CD Lamb yet? And whatever. We're going to get the same thing with the Michael Parsons situation if he milks that. It's going to be that conversation. It's going to be those questions and whatever. And he's probably going to wait to the last minute again to do Michael Parsons and whoever else contract is coming up or whatever, if he wants to keep certain guys. So that's Jerry for you. I've always said we're not winning anything. I don't care who the coach is. We're not winning anything as long as that guy is controlling things.
Yeah.
There's an ownership thing for you.
It's crazy to think that's you know what I mean.
Ownerships is more of the poison than anybody else. So what you're saying, top down, the way you look at it.
Yes, Jerry has to be the one that lets go. Like, he doesn't have to let go of ownership. He can stay the owner, but you're everything to the team. You're everything except the coach, basically. And then I saw there's not just those guys you brought up. Kellen Moore's name came up for head coach, and I kind of find that funny because you let
he was
go
the
of
offensive
Kellen
coordinator,
Moore.
right?
Yes, you let go of. So it's like this, Jerry. You let go of Kellen Moore because this dude, Mike McCarthy, told you he's going to do things different. Now, remind you, Kellen Moore had us as a top offense in the league.
It was 2 years in a row, yeah.
So Kellen Moore leaves because he so-called wants to implement the run a little more. So Dak Prescott threw the ball as many times as he did from Kellen Moore's last season to Kellen Moore not being there. It was practically the same. He threw the ball, if not more. And I don't know if that's because of maybe it was situational. Maybe, the Cowboys was in some games where they had to come back on, and of course, they're going to throw more to try to get back in games. Maybe that's the reason. But you had Tony Pollard as your premier back. And then you let go of Ezekiel Elliott to let Tony Pollard be your guy. And then I do remember the game against the Dolphins where he had an easy walk-in touchdown on that goal line, and he gets stuffed.
Gave up the ghost.
and
Mm-hmm.
he gets stuffed on the goal line. The very next play, the Cowboys run a play that they haven't done in who knows how long, where they give it to the fullback and the fullback fumble the ball. If you had Zeke there at the time, sir,
That's a walk-in touchdown.
it's a walk-in touchdown. Even if there's contact being made, Zeke being the bigger guy than Pollard, I think Zeke would have won that battle and got in the end zone. That's just how I feel, and I'm not saying that because I'm a fan. I just think he would have. Tony Pollard was just light in the ass. That's all it was. He had the speed, but that's pretty much it. And then
Mm-hmm.
look, then you let go of him. I mean, then you did after that year, you let Pollard go. Like, what the hell are you doing? And then you let Pollard go, and then you bring Zeke back. And then Zeke didn't do a damn thing for us because that wasn't the same Ezekiel Elliott anymore. He
And
slimmed down.
and fun
Yeah.
fact, and fun fact,
Just showed him
um,
former self.
yeah, fun
Right,
fact, Ezekiel Elliott was on Jerry Jones' books twice. One from the previous cap hit, and again, so
Right.
he was paying Ezekiel Elliott twice.
right.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Right.
and then you let him go
Mm.
again. Soon as our season was over, Zeke was let go. Zeke signed on with the Chargers, and then look what happened to them. They got bounced out of the playoffs themselves. So it's like it didn't matter where Zeke went. You were just not gonna get no good playoff run, no matter what. Um, but like I said, Jerry doesn't have the slightest clue, like, of what he's doing. He has a toy that he doesn't know how to use it. Like he had the franchise in his hand and he just plays with it without reading instructions. It's one of those things like, I can do this and I don't need to read the booklet and whatever. When things used to come with the booklets, nowadays
Mhm.
you just got to figure shit out. And that's what Jerry's doing. He brings all these pieces to the team. You get rid of certain guys, you bring in guys. Like, we could sit up here and I do it a lot. I trash Dak Prescott a lot, but a lot of it's not his fault. Is a lot of times we played with two rookie offensive linemen this year. I mean, what did you expect was going to happen? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And you talking about we're going all in the off season, and you didn't bring a damn thing in. Like, that's what didn't that's what Cowboy fans didn't understand. Jerry would sit up there and say something, and then you would think he would have learned from last year when he didn't do anything either in free agency. Nothing happened. And then
Mm-hmm.
here comes this year. We're going all in. Nothing happened. And you didn't even sign Derrick Henry, bro. Derrick Henry, who what works out in Dallas in the offseason. He's right there in your
Mm-hmm.
backyard, man. He's in your backyard, sir. What's
Yeah.
going on? Then to say he didn't have the money. Now I want to say this because a lot of people, I've heard people say, "Oh, well, Jerry's a billionaire and all that. He could have paid him." Well, no, stupid. It's not Jerry's money.
Right. The
That's
salary cap structure.
yes, it's the NFL's structure and how they do
Right.
for every team.
Mhm.
So, but yes, you still could have signed Derrick Henry. I don't want to hear that shit because I think the dude was only asking for like 8 million or something like that. So
Right.
don't sit here and tell me you didn't have 8 million. You gave Dak 60.
Yep.
You
That
gave
money was there.
you gave CD 34. And then another thing with CD, like, I have an issue with him, but I always said this: I don't think he's a number one. I don't think he's deserving of that money. And people want to say, "Oh, well, he led in catches, he led with this or whatever." I don't care about that. That ball was forced to him. Let's understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Okay.
think about it. Who else was he
That's
going to throw
interesting.
to?
You think?
Who else was he
Hmm.
going to throw to? Brandon Cooks? Stop it! Stop it! Do
Mhm.
you know who our second best receiver was behind? I don't know about this season. I can't tell you off the top of my head right now, but I know the previous
What
season.
was it? Austin. What's
It,
his name? I forget his name. Uh, I
bruh,
forgot who.
it was a tight end.
Well, so he was the second leader in catches
Yes,
or yards.
I think it was yards. Yards. A tight end
Uh-huh.
behind
Mm-hmm.
CD Lamb. Bro, if that don't
Mm-hmm.
tell you, you better go get a goddamn receiver, man.
Mm-hmm.
You sitting up there with Brandon Cooks, who's like 4 feet 11 and shit. Stop it. Stop it. You sitting up here trying to get these
Yeah,
fast ass
trust me.
dudes.
You're talking to a team who has the lollipop guild as their wide receivers.
Yes. Come on, man. Like, look. Brandon Cooks ain't it.
Mm.
He's not it. I wish we would have kept Cedric Wilson. I thought he was gonna be the guy, after we lost Michael Gallup, well, a couple of years ago or whatever. And I'm like, okay, Cedric Wilson gonna step up, but he left us to go to Miami. So it's like, damn,
Right.
you only got CD. And Brandon
Mm-hmm.
Cooks is your next guy. Man, if you don't put Brandon Cooks in that slot and find you a real number one or number two, because I keep saying CD Lamb ain't it. He's not the number one. He's a perfect number two, but he ain't that one. I don't care. Like, yeah, I don't care what he let in. That ball was just given to him because there was nobody else to get the ball to.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Your second guy you throw to is the tight end. Oh, so we're looking at Tony Romo and Jason Witten all over again.
Yeah. The Romo Witten combination.
You
Damn.
feel me? That's what we doing. No, come on, man. Mm-mm. I'm not
Yeah.
digging it with the Cowboys and what they got going on. That's
Uh,
why they are in the place where they at every year, home watching. You either make it to the
so
first round or and hell, you got lucky. I don't even want to say you got lucky. You beat up on an old Tom Brady and got past that, but then what? Bounced out. What happened last year? Green Bay tore your ass up, and then look at Green Bay now.
and check this out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh-huh.
the wide receiving, right? You have CD Lamb with 1,100. Then you have Jay Tolbert with 610, and coming in at third was Ferguson with
Is that
494.
this year?
Yeah.
Okay, that's this year. Last year, Ferguson was second.
Mm.
That's the problem.
Mm.
So you
All
just
right.
flip flop Tolbert and Ferguson
Mm-hmm.
a year later.
And they're not that far off from each other either.
Exactly. So just imagine how bad we'd be without CD Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Look, this is bad with CD Lamb. And then he held out. He wanted
Right.
all this money. He wanted at least $1 million more than Justin Jefferson. He wanted at least 36
Wish it wasn't
million.
gonna happen.
It wasn't going to happen, but you did all this holding out crap and whatever to just give in at the last second anyway, because he gave in. It wasn't Jerry. You wanted the 36 mil and you took the 34. So between Dak and him, we're out 94 million a year.
Mm.
That's two people.
Yeah.
For what? Now we got to go to Home Depot and find players. Lowe's. And well,
Mm-hmm.
I think Dak works for he has a deal with Lowe's, so it shouldn't be hard finding some people over there.
Well, it's kind of like our
Right.
situation. Look, right this year, Tyreek Hill with 959 yards, not even 1,000. Our second highest receiver was Jonu Smith with 884, and our third was Jalen Waddle. And Jalen Waddle is making a lot more money than Jonu Smith is.
Right. But what
Mm-hmm.
what I've said the past couple years about
No,
y'all.
Chan. Look, Chan is the fourth with 592.
So look, what I said about you guys the past few couple years. Y'all ain't nothing but just a copy of the Cowboys just on the AFC.
Yeah, we said that. Yeah.
You know what
And
I'm
by the
saying?
way,
It's
Yeah.
basically
That's basically what I said. It's a
Beckham
mirror
was worth
team.
every penny of the 55 yards he
so so yeah, it's like this teams are about the same thing. You know, hell, y'all was able to blow out Denver, we blow out the Giants. Woohoo. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like we have our highs and then we have our lows and then we're in the middle and then we just drop. You know, maybe a little up, but when we go down, we go down.
So let me ask you this question. All right. Say we're say so the Cowboys or would say will be the Dolphins. Who will be the out of the AFC East, and let's compare NFC East to AFC East, right?
Hmm.
Who would be the Patriots of the NFC East?
Ooh, it's tough because the Giants.
Well, well, the
Giants.
Giants right now temporarily, yeah.
Yeah, I would say
It's
the
weird because
Giants.
those
Yeah,
two teams played each other in the Super
Both
Bowl
teams had
twice.
Belichick a part of their their championships.
You said what?
Both teams of Belichick's a part of their championships.
Have had
Uh-huh.
Belichick's a part of their championships.
Yeah, he was involved. Somehow he was involved
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
with all of
yeah.
them titles.
And listen, the Giants have 4 championships with Belichick, 2 with and 2 against.
Yep,
All right, so
yep.
um, okay, now I was the Jets,
Washington.
yeah, because they have Washington's. You know what? I think both of them have had like mysteriously bad luck in the in the for a while. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Especially
I
look,
think you guys play them next year too. Y'all play the Jets next year. Think the Cowboys because
I
it's a
will.
third place scheduled. I think y'all play the Jets next year.
Well, I ain't gonna. Well, I believe the last time we played them, we were like, it was early in the season too. We were probably like
Yeah, it
3-0.
was. Uh,
It was like 3-0 or 4-0 or something like that.
yeah, I
And they
remember
were
that game.
like,
Yep.
they had one win or
I
no
was at the
wins.
Patriot game.
Yeah, they had like one or no wins, and we lost to them. When I see things like that, I automatically just say, nope, no Super Bowl. That's all it takes. Lose to a terrible team in the regular season. That sums it up for you. Especially and don't just lose. I don't mean losing like a kick field goal like Washington just did recently. I mean like get beat bad. Just get confused because I believe Jacksonville did us the same way. If not that year or the next year or something, we lost to the team that we were just supposed to run through, and Jacksonville just said no. You know, so it's like when I see things like that, I already just say, you know what, let's just get this shit over with because
yeah.
it's not happening. Because if we can't beat that, how do we expect to beat an elite team that's going to be in front of us either in the playoffs? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I need to see that same team that beat us go ahead and beat everybody else in my division.
Hmm.
And
And
if
of
you
course,
don't do that, and if we the only one that y'all beat, that tells you something about us.
mhm. And of course, the Buffalo Bills will be the Eagles.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Annoying fan
'Cause,
base.
yeah, it's weird. I remember one time that division had a different division winner every year for like 6, 7 years in a row. It was
Who
a
ours?
different winner. Yeah, the NFC East.
Yeah.
Every year it was like a different division winner.
Uh-huh.
It's like crazy. Yeah,
It's like that for a
because
long
now
time.
it switched just recently between y'all and the Eagles. It
Right.
swapped because the Eagles fell apart. Y'all caught them and then won the division, and then you know that was crazy. So I think y'all was a number 2 seed. I think last year. I think. If I remember. Yeah, so y'all ended up catching them.
Yeah, we were number 2. We made the playoffs, and
They were
yeah,
the number 2 seed. Yep, and it
and
What
switched
about
again this year.
yep.
What do you guys think about if y'all? Who do you think will be the number one college pick? The number the out of the Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, or Dart. What do you think?
I think
I think Ward's gonna be number one.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Tennessee
Ward would go. It was to the Giants,
to
Mhm.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay, yeah, I can
Shador can
see
end
that.
up with New York.
Yeah.
Well, that's Cleveland. Surprised everybody didn't get him. But I think they're gonna go with Hunter. They're gonna try to get another quarterback next year. I think Cleveland gonna surprise everybody and go after Hunter.
Mhm.
Well, they need a quarterback too because what you
Next year's
call it
class
since
is
it.
better. That's why they're
But
gonna
I'm
do it
saying,
next
but
year.
well, I mean, but Deshaun Watson will probably be back because he's scheduled events this year coming.
Mhm.
Right.
They say he retore that Achilles again,
Yeah.
so they might need a quarterback too, unless they
Yeah. Just
unless
on
they find a way to go grab Kirk Cousins.
right. Okay. Or they think that Minnesota's not gonna re-sign Donald.
Darnold, yeah.
They can get him on a cheap deal, pay him as a bridge quarterback or whatever. It's gonna be interesting to see where they go. Given that next year's quarterback class is supposed to be better than this year's, they can softly tank, stack up a lot of talent this year, and then go get the quarterback next year.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's they like Jackson Dart at number 2, which is crazy.
Yeah, because
General
I could
managers,
see
but general
I could see
managers always
Hunter.
surprise people though.
I could see Hunter a better fit because if let's say Hunter decides to be a cornerback, him and Christian Gonzalez will be a formidable tandem in the NFL.
If the Patriots pick them up, yeah,
Yeah.
I think they
I
got the
think he
fifth
and I
pick.
think he needs to come. He needs to be drafted as a corner because
And then play temporary time as a receiver. Yeah,
yeah, because I
draft
think
him first
coming
as a
as a
corner.
receiver, like I don't think it's gonna be too good for him. Not at this level. I think the corner he'll definitely get playing time and
Yeah,
stuff like
as a
that. That
receiver,
receiver, you gotta like
maybe
kind of like
25%,
yeah,
20%,
you
some
gotta
reps.
that receiver boy,
Yeah.
especially when they they
That's
rotate
why
them
he'll work
around
with
like that.
Cleveland or New England.
Hmm.
hmm
All right. So
Offense and defense.
let's get down to the nitty gritty, babies. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not doing you know how I have the W game, um, Chef Juice special, the Fanatics, and then of course the Films tailgate. So I'm not going to be doing these games uh, in phonetical order. I'm doing them in the order of uh, from, in my opinion, from first to worst. You know what I'm saying? Which game is more interesting than the other? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
hmm
Like for instance, would you okay, or let's see if we can come to an agreement here. In my opinion, from first to worst, right? And I'll get your opinions too. From first to worst, which I would say, um, not necessarily worst, but I would say the Rams and Eagles, uh,
hmm
Lions and Commanders, Texans, Chiefs, Bills and Ravens. What do you guys
Wait,
think?
It's a lot of
wait.
good matchups.
All right, go through it one more time.
All right, in my opinion, it's gonna be the Rams and Eagles. Actually, you know what? The Texans and Chiefs, the Commanders and Lions, Rams and Eagles, then Bills and Ravens.
Right.
As a matter of fact, that's in order actually.
Hmm.
But how do you guys see it?
I see it similar, but who
Yeah.
knows, man? You're talking about division of football. Parity is starting to get real close.
Yeah.
Looks
All right.
like all the division winners that are playing against each other.
All right. So
Every team that won the division are actually placing each other.
Uh-huh.
I think it's the first time because we ain't had no lower seeds win. So you got all division winners. Every team that's playing won their respective divisions.
mhm.
So
Did the Rams win the
it could
division?
be a clash. Yeah,
Oh, they did, didn't they?
yeah, they did. Hmm. Yep, they won the division. Yep, they were the 4 seed. Yep, they won it. They playing the 2. Ravens won their
Eagles won the
division.
division.
Bills won
Yeah.
their division. Yeah, they all did.
Commandos,
So
Lions.
somebody's got to lose.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
Texans.
Somebody's got to lose, right?
They
Somebody's got to lose,
definitely
right?
gotta lose. Yeah.
The Texas, the Commanders are the only oddball because
Actually, you know what? I
they
changed that
upset
back.
the Bucks.
I say the Commanders and Lions, then Texans and Chiefs.
Yeah, 'cause I
But
think the Commanders are the only oddball. They only team that won on the road. They're the
and by
only
the way,
road team.
what was that? So let's
Mm.
start with the fuck it. Let's start with the W game of the week. We all know W. Um,
Mm.
Here's a sampler pack. Uh, it's not that expensive. $12.49. You get a cup with the 4 flavors. You can decide which one you like. Again, W apple sludge and Calio cream, all good
Mm.
flavors. And
Apple's so good.
I took a scoop with 8 ounce glass of water, so you know you're not getting those chemicals. Um, and with that being
Mm.
said, the game of the week, I'm going to say it right now. It's a 8 o'clock game Saturday. It's the Commandos taking on the Lions. Um, One
Oh,
thing,
they had to play that at night, huh?
me and man of the hour, we were talking the other night, and he was telling me about what was that stat about Magic Johnson? How many championships would he have won if the Commanders would win the Super Bowl?
Like he's up to like maybe a total of 13 or 14 total
Between
championships
his personal ones and the
from
ones he's with the organizations.
yes, because he
Uh,
just won one with the Dodgers.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah, so he has
So
a
3 different
lot of
sports he's working
championships.
on.
hmm Magic
Mm.
Johnson is out here racking up rings.
All he need is one more in football and another one in hockey. You get the quadfecta.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
I don't know if he got interest in any hockey teams, but he might if he win if he win the
Yeah,
Super
okay.
Bowl.
He has a total of 15.
Counting his
He
Lakers
play
and
he won as a player, an owner, and as part of a team
owner.
executive.
Hmm. The team execs. Damn.
His last one as a player was in 88. He won in 80, 82, 85, 87, 88.
88. Yeah, I
As
remember
an
the 88 one.
and then as an owner, he won 5.
What owner? What did he own? What team was that?
He won
He
with the
was with
Lakers
he was the Lakers, part of their organization.
from
Jenny Bus Group.
2000, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2009, 2010, and then 2016 he was with the Los Angeles Sparks
Well, that's
when
right.
they won.
He did go in the WNBA. Yeah, I
hmm
keep forgetting about his venture in the WNBA. Heck,
Yeah.
yeah, everything he touched. Maybe we need to get him about the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly.
We're Cowboys.
Maybe Stephen Ross needed freaking the succession plan. Give it to Magic. You know, part
Mhm.
owner, president of operations. That name sound pretty good. Let's try to work on that, Jake, to get him here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Start that campaign.
And remember, he was I think he was part of that Laker team. He helped put that Laker team together with that won the championship in the bubble, but he already had stepped down.
Right. When they beat the Heat.
Yeah, he had stepped down because of he supposedly received an email that was not sent for him. It was about him.
Mm,
It was between
mm,
Jeannie and her brothers, and
yeah.
he happened to get a what is it, the CC.
Hmm.
He ended up getting a
Right.
CC of that, and he ended up getting it. It's like they sent it to the group, and he was not supposed to get that email. And he got the email, and he saw it, and he realized they were talking about him. And he called for a press meeting, and the press showed up with microphones and cameras in his face, and he just said it like, "I'm stepping down."
Mm,
And so he was
man.
not part of that bubble championship.
Yeah, good for
Right.
Magic, though, man.
Hmm.
Mm, yeah.
So with that
And,
being said, man,
and wait, hold on, and maybe that's why they are the shitty team that they are now,
Mm,
because everything
yep.
they trying to build around this Anthony Davis and LeBron James bullshit, and it's not working. They brought Russell Westbrook over there. They did everything that they possibly can.
they got
Carmelo,
Bronny. Y'all good.
Definitely
listen,
not working.
Bronny don't even play for us right now. This man is on the G League team.
What?
So it don't matter. Like, yeah, you did all that to get
Yeah.
Bronny here, and he's on the G League team. So
He didn't he play a game? Didn't he play for y'all for a little bit?
he played,
I
but he
mean,
was
he
also
played.
sent. He was sent to the G League team. The man gets in the game like
Got demoted.
when it's like 2 or 3 minutes left in the game, bro. The man don't get no
Yeah, they
minutes
put
over
him
there.
in there.
He don't get they if it's a blowout, which is most likely if they're getting blowed out, they'll throw him in the game. If they're doing the blowout, they'll put him in the game. But it's like late in the
Yeah, it's
game. It'd be
garbage time
like,
minutes.
yeah, you get a few minutes here and that's it. And then when he does,
Yep.
his, like he didn't score his first basket till like maybe his third game in the NBA, and it was against Cleveland. So and that was the only points he got. So it's like it's really hard for him, and
I can
so
picture it now. He goes, "Son, you're going to the G League." I'm telling mom.
yeah, so he's over there. He's he's developing. Well, I mean, maybe because it's the G League, but
Mm, yeah.
yeah,
So, man, being that you're the guest for now, special guest. By the way, knock on wood. Next week, I booked CB83. Hopefully, he can make it next week.
I mean, f- the championship round picks.
Yeah.
We will be down to a final four after this weekend. Wow.
Hmm.
The season is coming to an end.
So yeah, hopefully CB will be able to make it, man. And
Mm,
uh, so man of the hour, who you got? Commanders or Lions? And by the way,
Li-
before you give me the answer, real quick, I just want to before you give me the answer. Yeah, Detroit is favored by 9.5 points, total of 55. Washington is plus 380.
okay. Um, I'm going for the Lions, man. I got the Lions. I like what they're doing over there. I like that. I like how they're they're well disciplined and all that other good stuff. I know y'all. You guys had Dan Campbell before,
Hmm.
and he didn't get the job, and he was doing
Yeah,
whatever
we
he
got
was
Adam Gase
doing.
instead. Thank you, Ross.
And then that's another dude right here. So you see, Jerry would do the same thing. Jerry would hire Adam Gase before he hires a Dan Campbell. So, um, but yeah, I like what they're doing over there in Detroit. I like, and they're very aggressive. Like they don't care fourth down, whatever. It don't matter to them. We're going for it. And this is who they are. Like it's either going to win you the game, they're going to lose you the game, but they're never going to regret it about what they do because this is what they do all year long. So we could sit up here and be like, oh, they should have went for the field goal and whatever. But if you look at their games, this is what they do. It'd be fourth down, they go for it. They don't care about field goals. Like it all depends on the time of the game. If it's like under 2 minutes or something of that nature, but it's second quarter and it comes down to a fourth down, they rather go for it and not get anything out of it than do that. I mean, definitely in the fourth quarter, you're going to go for the field goal, but Dan Campbell, he doesn't play that like that. Like we using four downs no matter what. Like if they're past that 50, they're using all four downs if they have to.
Mm.
But I believe the Lions would beat them.
Crypto, what say you?
It's interesting you left off on that point, man of the hour, because quietly as kept, even though the Detroit Lions have the reputation of being gutsy and gritty, but they're actually playing against a team that's the most successful on fourth down when it comes to converting them. The Washington Commanders actually convert a higher percentage than anybody in the league on fourth downs with Jalen Daniels. So they are actually meeting their match when it comes to that type of game. So in that aspect, this is the reason why I believe the Commanders are going to upset them, because they will convert more fourth downs than the Detroit Lions will, and they will convert a higher percentage because Dan Quinn does the same thing on the other end. So a lot of people lose sight of that. I remember at one point of the season, the Commanders were like 13 for 13 on fourth downs. Like converted like 13 straight fourth downs. And then Jalen Daniel has the highest completion percentage or quarterback ratio in the fourth quarter in closeout games when the game is either tied or within 3 points. So in that aspect, the battle of the fourth down head coaches, I'm picking an upset here, and I'm going with the Commanders.
Okay.
Hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, you got um, you do have the fact that remember Dan Quinn has been to a Super Bowl with the Falcons. So
Yeah, he does have Super Bowl experience, so yep, he is experienced as a playoff head coach. Yeah, he does have that going for him, so it's not like the moment is too big for him, despite that Super Bowl debacle.
yeah,
You know, yeah.
uh,
So the moment is not too big as far as winning road games in the playoffs.
yeah, and,
It's going to be it's a challenge for them because they're going to have to figure out the turnover thing, like to make sure that they don't make mistakes and protect the ball, versus now to force Detroit into enough mistakes to tip the balance in their favor to make them play the clock, which is going to in turn force a lot of fourth down attempts as well. Because if they get behind the Commanders, you better believe it, there's no punting. The punter will basically be asked to take the week off when it comes to both head coaches. And it's going to be the battle of Madden. You
yeah.
know, they just don't believe in using the punting.
By the way, the debacle you're talking about was when they abandoned the run. Now, what coach does that remind you of?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
It killed a lot in our fan base, Shake.
Coach that
Imagine
abandons the run when it's working. Oh man, I wonder who does that remind me?
abandons
It
the run
reminds
when
me
it
of somebody.
works.
I can't put my finger on it, but it reminds me of
Yeah, it's
somebody.
hard to put my finger on it, you know. Oh man, it is something. It is something to be said. I'm trying to think of I know Detroit did a good job of overcoming their injuries. I don't know how many of those people that they was missing go be back for this game. I didn't even check the injury report to be honest with you. I just know at toward the end of the season they was dropping like flies on the defensive side of the ball. Um, that's why I'm kind of thinking they may have gotten healthy since they got the bye week anyway, so they may be getting a good percentage of them back. So um, being nicked up and dinged up, I think it's a 3 point matchup here. I'm thinking it's more like a 3 to 4 point, no more than 4 points. I don't know that spread was really truly coming from, but I'm thinking it's a lot closer than the spread because Vegas have been wrong severely, especially when it came to Houston and the Chargers game. They thought the Chargers was just going to walk into Houston and pull that game out by nearly double digits, and they didn't. They ended up being on the opposite end of the scoreboard, forgetting how good Houston's defense is. So,
By,
you can't just do that.
by the way, here's my theory.
Yeah,
I remember, man, I grew up, like I said, I told you before, me and him grew up. So I remember going to his house. He used to call me Mr. Wayne Huizinga when I was through franchise mode, right? Because I
right.
do a lot of details in franchise mode. But I remember, like for instance, I would be like, I would pick two teams, right?
Right.
And I would have that team give the Dolphins maybe a better picks and this like that. So the team would help out. You know, the Dolphins advance. You know what I mean? And I think that Ross is maybe helping Detroit by
Mm, mm.
because think about this. That would be crazy. His hometown won a Super Bowl. His college won a Super Bowl before the team that he actually owns wins a fucking playoff game.
Yeah, everybody had his hands on has won something except his home team, right?
Yeah,
I
because
mean, his
he's
actual own
building
team he
Michigan, ain't
owns.
he? Isn't he building Michigan?
Yeah, he's bought a lot of residential area in the downtown and parts of the county and revitalized some of the parts of the city. He had some money invested in it. So yeah, everything he's touching in Miami is turned to dust, but everything he touches elsewhere turned to gold.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in a dustbin, shake money, when it comes to
That, that
Stephen
that
Ross's
that would be
projects.
something. I took that long way to say Detroit. I got the Lions on this one. I'm
With
I'm
a
I'm I'm,
bastard
I'm
child.
pulling for the Lions
Yep.
to get the first Super Bowl.
Hey, I'm sure I can get this one wrong. I'm just going for all underdogs.
Hey man, listen,
I'm
hey,
doing the underdogs weekend.
listen. As long as Buffalo loses, I don't care who wins. The Chiefs can
Right,
win
we
10
just
in a
need them to
row for all
lose.
I care. As long as Buffalo doesn't win one,
Right, because they're
I'm
beating
happy.
the Bills on that way. Right, I agree
Oh, I
with
don't
you.
want to see the Chiefs
I agree
win
with you.
10. I don't care. I don't want to see Bills win one.
Yeah, the Chiefs winning 10 is a lot more easy to stomach than the Bills winning one. Yep, I
Exactly.
agree with that. Much more easy to stomach.
Hell yeah. Especially when you have an obnoxious Bills fan. You know who you are in our
Yep,
chat all the damn time.
yep.
So,
Can you believe that they're building a new skid mark stadium?
yeah.
Wow, they're actually building a new one.
So next game up is Cooking Folk, the Chef Jew special. The Chef Jew special is next.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804 8096. Also, reach me at chefjuicecatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Mm,
This man makes everything hand scratch. You know what I'm saying? So
mm,
give him a call. He is in the Tri
that's
County
right.
area, Broward, Dade, and West Palm Beach. You're not going to go wrong. If you mention the Finn's Tailgate, you will get 10% off your first order. All right.
Yes. Yep.
So, with
Nice
that being
taste to it.
said, we have
Nice
the
taste.
DJ Stroud looking to get his third playoff win
Mm,
against
yep.
the Chiefs and the referees.
Mm,
Being that I went, I'm
mm,
gonna have to say, unfortunately, I think Spagnola is gonna put on a clinic here. I think he's gonna. I think it's gonna be a defensive game, not much of an. As crazy as it may sound, you have Patrick
yeah.
Mahomes and the young gun C.J. Stroud. I think it's gonna be more of a defensive contest. Um, and I think the Chiefs, because of Spagnola,
Hmm.
have the edge. Go ahead, Crypto.
Okay. Oh boy, God, this matchup is. Listen, I'll say this much: it's hard to pick against the Chiefs, but if I was to pick it, it would be this game. But given that this is they've been well rested. I'm gonna say they would edge out the Texans here because the defense. This is what I'm saying about the Houston Texans defense. That's a wild card, not
Yeah.
necessarily offense. They have the defense that have the tendency to make good quarterbacks look almost pedestrian.
Hmm.
And it's like they got a large enough sample size in doing that to put a low QB rating on opposing quarterbacks. They gave Josh Allen his worst ever playoff game, right? I'm not playoff, but performance in the regular season. Then they followed it up by forcing 5 picks on Stafford, even though they lost that game. They should have won. Then they did the same thing um, recently against Justin Herbert, who didn't turn over the ball hardly at all, forced them into 4 picks. So it seemed like everybody had their worst games as interceptions. Obviously, our very own Tua had his
Hmm.
worst game against them. So it seemed like any team that has great passing or good passing attacks tend to struggle against the defense. And I don't know if this is a game that Mahomes can afford to turn over the ball at that high clip and survive. I mean, if there's any quarterback that can do it, it would be him. That's why I'm saying that the Chiefs will still win because the Texans don't have enough offensive firepower to overcome, even though their defense forcing a lot of turnovers. Who knows? They might just this might be the week they do play good on offense. You know what I'm saying? Or good enough on offense
Hmm.
just to complement their defense, forcing Mahomes into bad mistakes and bad turnovers, like they've done with a lot of good quarterbacks this season. So um, I do agree it's going to be low scoring, more like a 20-17 game. I'm thinking. I don't think no more than 20 points are getting scored in this game by either team. So I'm thinking that's how the Chiefs win on the field goal, the last second or something like that, and winning with one of them classic Patrick Mahomes drives with him and Kelsey doing that thing and they doing just enough to get by. In that aspect, that's why I think that they put it out. But if the Houston had all of their weapons at their disposal with the current defense they have, I will be more easily confident in picking Houston for the upset. But since they don't, that's why I'm still saying the Chiefs got enough to beat them with Spagnola's defense and Patrick Mahomes' heroics at the end, beating them 19-16.
All
That's
right.
how
So
this
that.
game ends.
All right,
I
Manny.
said all that to say that.
What you got?
Defensive slugfest. That's
So
how the Chiefs win.
So I was thinking, yeah, I was like, yeah, the Chiefs this, the Chiefs that, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna rock with Houston. I think it's
Mm,
over for the Chiefs. No three-peat.
okay.
Um,
And and you're right. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
mhm,
And that's the if that was the case, you're right. This is the team that can do it. That's why I was kind of hesitant and saying, should I just go with the all straight upset, right out of the gate and pick
right.
this one instead of the Detroit one? But I was like, man, I might just go all of them, and I wouldn't be surprised if I'm
Hmm.
wrong and the Texans win this one.
Upset
Listen,
Not at
weekend.
all. They win 19-16. You see what I'm saying?
right. So, so,
You
so,
see what I'm
listen.
saying? So yeah.
I believe in like history repeats itself. You know what I'm saying. So
Yep.
we can we. I feel like I I mean y'all probably seen it elsewhere, but this comes to mind of
Hmm.
we just saw this game happen a few weeks ago. The
Yes,
same
yes,
two
yes,
teams, right? And the Chiefs
yes.
came out on top, right?
Right.
Okay, this reminds me of the year New England
And the
loses
Giants. I
to
knew
the
you was about to
Giants.
say, yep,
So,
you're right. Now you
so
about
do
to
you?
make me change my pick.
So,
Oh my God.
so the year,
Yep, that's exactly right.
so
Oh
we
my
remember that
God.
game. We remember that
Yep.
game when New England was sitting up here just toying with the Giants in the last
Mm-hmm.
regular season game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They ran the
Yep.
same play twice. They threw a bomb downfield. It was overthrown. Randy Moss couldn't get it. They ran the same
Mm-hmm.
damn play again, and it worked.
Yep.
And then they get
Wow.
then
Yep.
they lose in the Super Bowl.
In the
So
Super Bowl.
so
Well,
without
hey,
this,
hey,
Pounding them on
hey,
defense.
hey,
And,
hey,
and
what
that was
about
so
this?
defense. They held them 14 points or 10
right?
Hey,
points,
hey,
I
So
think.
how,
Yeah.
how about this? How about this? How about the Chiefs and Tampa?
Yes. Chiefs and
yes,
Tampa is another example. Yeah. Yes.
exactly.
Yep. The
So
Chiefs
that's
and
that,
Tampa.
listen. That's what I'm listening.
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh my God. Yep.
if
It's the
this
same
happened, bro,
makeup too, the same
this,
style of play.
bruh, this is history repeating itself again, bro. We're about to see it. The only thing is, it's
Hmm.
not the biggest game. It's not the Super Bowl. That's
Yeah,
basically
that's
what
not the
it's
last
not.
game, right? Yeah.
That's
Right.
all
Right.
it is. That's the only difference. It's not the Super Bowl. And
Right.
that just like that regular season game was a few weeks before the end of the regular season anyway.
Into the wild
So
card. Yeah. Yeah.
so we're gonna sit up here and like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Because it
this is a
happened in week
repeat.
18. I mean, week
Right.
17 that year. Yeah.
Right. So if that happened in week 17 and then you get the rematch in the Super Bowl, come on, man.
Hmm.
We're in the divisional round. This is a couple of weeks before the last regular season game. This is the
Hmm.
same thing. It's happening again. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Houston on top.
They familiar with them. Yeah.
Yes. And they
Hmm.
barely lost the first time. So come on,
Right.
man. Come on, man. Nope. The Giants
That
got
Tank
blowed
Dell
out.
fluke
That's the
thing.
only
Yep.
difference. The
Exactly.
Giants got blowed out that first time around.
Yeah, and there was a key third down, I remember vividly, that swinged it that allowed the Patriots to overcome what they was doing. I was like, wait a minute, they match up pretty good. They
Mm-hmm.
see them again, they're gonna be in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I see exactly what you're saying. Yep. That is the matchup. Stingley gonna shut down Kelsey and what's his name? Uh, uh, well, he's not the same no more. D Hop is not really the same, so it's not going to be hard for Stingley to keep up with any of their wideouts, anyways.
Right.
So yeah, yeah, hell,
Yeah.
yeah.
I believe, yeah, that's what it is, man. This is that
Mm.
all over again. I got the Texans in this one.
Cool.
All right.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay. So, man, that was going to be 0-2. No, just kidding.
I could be on too. 'Cause I'm thinking about changing my pick, Shake. I'm like, wait a minute. This was the game I was targeting. That's my main one. But
By the way,
I think what's his name will be playing.
Kansas City is
I think
favored
the
by eight
running
and a half.
backs.
And listen, if you and
I think
listen,
Mixon will be there. I think Mixon's gonna play. I
hey
think
man, get on the Hard Rock app because Chiefs are Titans what you call it, the Texans are plus 380. Kansas City's favored by
oh,
eight
so
and
I
a
can
half.
win some
So
money. Oh,
Yep.
I'm about to win some money this week. I might be able to pay for all our trips to Spain, man.
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna be like Rumble,
Washington. If
man.
you
I'm
think
I'm I'm
Washington is
getting
going to
this what you
win,
call it.
they're plus
Yeah.
380. So you know what I mean?
I'm about to pay for all our trips to Spain, man. I'm winning big
Hell yeah.
dough this week. Picking all underdogs by big margins, man. I'm doing it, man. I'm treating everybody to a trip to Spain. That's what I'm doing.
Right. And of course, Fanatics game of the week.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Next game of the week.
Yep, and that is the Rams taking on the Eagles.
There we
Philadelphia
go.
6.5 points. Rams are only 230 plus 230. So,
Mhm.
man of the hour, what say you?
230. Okay, it's a little more.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We got
All
it.
right.
By the way, one of your favorite teams, the Eagles.
Right.
Right.
So look,
I'm gonna help man of the hour out on this one because
I'm gonna rock with the Eagles
mhm.
just because I have to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
I got you.
I'm kind of shaky on this. Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. They the Donovan McNabb and To 2.0. That's
He's
what
reading
that is.
children's book on the sideline. He may be motivated.
Hey, listen, he's making somebody money right now. You know what I'm saying? The author of the book is getting paid right now, so thank him for that. But
Right.
I just feel
Yeah.
like I think this is just one more week of this, and
I
after
got you.
this, I don't even think whoever. Okay, I picked them for this week, but I think they're done next week, no matter who it is.
Okay. I see what you're saying there.
But I
They're
think,
losing to the winner of the other game is basically what
yeah,
you're saying.
I think they're
Okay.
gonna
Yeah.
beat. I
All
think
right.
they'll get by the Rams. I don't know. The Rams
They
is,
lose to the Commanders or Lions no matter what.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
but the Rams, I don't know, man. I mean,
It's a
they
tough
lost
out,
a lot.
man.
They lost a lot on that. They lost a lot on that defense, and but
Mm,
the way they were looking against the Vikings, though, was it
that's
really
what I'm
them?
saying.
Was it really them, or it was just the Vikings?
Both.
Right. So
I
the
think it was
Vikings
both.
had a lot to do because I mean the passes I was seeing Sam Darnold throw, he throwing behind people. I mean, I'm seeing the tight end have to twist to turn his upper body to reach back for the ball, and the ball's not coming out in front of him, like where he's running in stride and catching that
Mm-hmm.
and keep on going. He has to reach back for it, and I've seen that happen like at least 3 or 4 times in the game, and that's why I'm like, I don't know if it was really too much of their defense. I think it was just it was just Sam damn Darnold, like Sam Darnold being Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the week
Oh.
before, they were champagning him up like he won the Super Bowl and all that when he got in the locker room, So
Mm-hmm. All right.
I don't know. I think the Eagles gonna do it. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna try to wear that defense down. And I mean, if anything, what's McCarthy need to keep his head together. Jalen Hurts too, because Jalen Hurts wasn't looking too good.
No, it wasn't. So I'm
Last
saying
game.
he
So
played just good enough to get by.
yeah, just good enough. I think
Mm-hmm.
he probably knows that, saw that, or somebody told him something. I don't know, but
Right.
I think they'll get it together. I think they won't try to live so much off of Saquon because it's like that's
Right.
what it was. I think the Rams was playing like the record was going to be set on them when it wasn't even a factor. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they were like, we're going to make sure we stuff this every time. every time, no matter what. And I think that I think I don't think the Rams is gonna do that too much. They don't. It's not that same Rams team as a few years ago. That defense, at least, and maybe I don't know. Maybe Matthew Stafford might be that guy that's gonna make a couple of mistakes here and there. But he's another one that he gets rattled up a little bit too. It's like done data for him too. So, but I got I think Philly is gonna edge it out.
All right, crypto. You're up next.
Mm. Oh man, I was going all blazing on all road teams this week. I think their momentum of the Rams is good enough to beat them though, because I think they got healthy at the right time with Nakua and Cup and Williams. He had a little bit of a scare with his leg when he came back and played the rest of the game. But yeah, as far as them doing against the Rams, yes, Donald did not help himself by holding the ball for them sacks, but if Jalen Hurts do that, knock it out and break containment and run enough, they could force him into bad throws, but not necessarily bad runs. He might have to do more of that. I think the only way he can offset their pass rush is to do a lot of run action, run pass option, using that more to his strength, and put them in third and long, because obviously we all know that the Eagles got a 8-yard offense is what I call, because really they only need to get 8 yards, basically got an automatic first down with the tush push. So they're the only team I know that it's everybody needs 10. They only need 8 yards to get a first down because this is automatic once they get within 2 yards. So you keep them at third and long, you cool.
One other thing,
Um,
real quick, because you said that Saquon also doesn't seem to get touched till after 2 yards.
as far as his average yard before contact, so basically it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a 6-yard offense. Then if you add the 2 yards on Saquon,
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
so actually it's more like you gotta hold them to 6 yards or less
Right.
on all the 3 plays.
Right.
Right. So yeah. So that's the difficult part of guarding an offense that has that much power up front. A lot of other teams use versions of it, like doing it with their tight end or fullback, or just do their quarterback by themselves with Josh Allen, Bo Nix. They're trying to run variations, but the originators of it is still in Philly, as far as how they stack it. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see the Rams' approach to stopping the run first, and then just pick the poison in the passing game and force Hurts to do it. Not saying Hurts can't do it, because he have beaten people passing the ball before. That's the poison you want to pick. Don't let them have that power running game at their disposal. And I think that should be enough to 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 get them in a close victory, which I think it would be in the mid 20s to upper 20s. Both teams, more like a 28-25 game. That type of game. That's what I'm seeing it as. I think the Rams score 4 touchdowns. I think they win this one. I think
Yeah.
Stafford throws 3 out of 4. Yeah, I
And you know
think that's how
what?
they do it.
And you know what? I'm gonna be biased here. One of the reasons I would like to see the Rams win because of the defensive coordinator being that he's the grandson of the great Don Shula. So now
That's
we,
true, Shake. He's in the family.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that coordinator gets to go build
Dolphins
his
royalty
resume
right
even
there.
more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he builds his resume. Yeah, and he
Oh,
start getting looked at as head
listen,
coach too.
that would be so fitting if the Bills played the Rams and the Rams beat the Bills, and Don Shula was like, "I'm getting revenge from my grandfather."
Yep, yep. I think that's the script, Shake. You
Yeah,
got you onto something there, man. You just put your finger on it.
yeah.
The
I'm re-
grandson of Don Shula
I'm revenging
destroys
my
the Bills in the
grandpa.
Super Bowl and revenges grandfather for holding them back all the time throughout the 90s. Yep,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the script. I'm saving it right now as we speak.
hmm
That's the script right there.
Yeah. So
Rams.
I'm gonna go to Rams too. Then, damn it.
Yep. And you know what? Shake Grumpy picked the Rams before the season on a spread of 3,000 to 1 spread or something like that.
300.
And he
Yeah.
said 1,000, so he gets $3 million if he wins the bet. It's
Mm.
like insane. Oh, like 3 million or 300,000 or something. However it works out, I know it's
Yeah.
a significant
300,000.
amount. Yeah,
Yeah.
300,000, which is a good payout. We all going to be in Spain, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to go for the Rams to win the whole
So,
thing, man. So the Dolphins can
yeah.
go to
He says that
Spain.
now, but once he gets the money, he's gonna forget our names.
He's gonna say, "Who's that? I don't know who that is." Grumpy gonna be like, "I don't know who that is." Shake Money, crypto. Who's that?
Oh, damn. Grumpy done fell off the internet.
Yeah, he gonna be like, "EM, I'm not on the internet like that no more."
All right.
Oh, he gonna be like, "EM." Oh
And
my
of course,
God.
the last game of the week. And like always, this
All right,
week's featured item is the TFTG hat. Check this out.
TFTG.
It's a snapback. Dope colors. By the way, I wear this with my Carroll City jersey. Get your TFTG. By the way, Zach Thomas Hall of Fame signature not included. Click the link. It's on the link in the descriptions below. Click it, and you coming soon. We're gonna get the Insomnia Vice City shirt. I'm working on that one as well with HB.
Yeah, Vice City.
The
Because we got the other
Insomnia,
one.
yeah. But it's gonna be me and Crypto with that fan club weekend that we spent. So,
Right.
with that being said,
The Arizona party.
yeah, man, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on Baltimore Ravens. As much as I want the Ravens to win, I think Buffalo, unfortunately, is going to win this. Look, Josh Allen and Lamar
Okay.
Jackson both, for some reason, they do poorly in the playoffs. But I think the
Somebody's got
cold
to win,
weather,
right?
yeah, I I think the cold win. They both made the AFC Championship once, and that's about it. But
Yeah.
I think that the cold weather, unfortunately, is gonna play a huge factor. The only way I think they have a chance to win is if Derrick Henry makes an impact, which he's made Buffalo their bitch many times. So, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with Buffalo on this one.
Hmm.
Crypto.
Okay.
And I hope
That's
Michael K is
interesting.
not watching this.
Okay. Well, that's interesting, Shake. I actually think the Ravens get their revenge from 3, 4 years ago when they went in there and they made some careless mistakes toward the end zone that could have got them the win.
Hmm.
And in that playoff game a couple years ago up there, when they went up there a few years back, I think Lamar gets his revenge from that game because he do have Derrick Henry that can punish them like he always does when they play against him.
Hmm.
So I think they'll
Remember,
use
and
more of that
one of
balanced
the famous
approach.
one of
I
the
think that's
famous
what
stiff
they'll do. I
arms.
think he is the difference maker.
One of the famous stiff arms that Henry ever had was against Josh Norman in the Buffalo game. Remember that one?
Yeah.
When he
Yep.
just
He
stiff arm
kept just
him out of
punching
his
him and
shoe.
punching him and going his way to the end zone. He was in
Yeah,
Tennessee at the time, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Yep.
I'm like, man, that
I
was
think
a
getting I think that's the reason why they got Derrick Henry is specifically for this game to go in there in the cold elements and go use that hard nose rushing attack with the two-headed monster with him and both with Lamar. If Lamar has to use his legs, he'll do it. You know, and this year he's been proven that he can do it in the air as well. So I think
yeah,
a
Josh
heavy
Norman.
dose of Henry is going to do it. It's going to be the difference. And with Lamar playing mistake-free football, I think he gets his revenge in this when he goes to the championship for the second year in a row and he breaks through. I'm
Hmm.
picking him going on the road and upsetting the favorite Bills to get his revenge from 2 years ago when he played them in the playoffs.
Uh,
Or yeah, I think it was two. Actually, longer than that, more like 3 years ago when they played them. But I think what's his name had a pick six or Terrence Johnson or somebody. One of them ended up running a interception that Lamar threw in the end zone, and he ran it all the way back, and that was the difference in the game too.
if only, man. If only.
Yep, I'm picking the Ravens to do it. Ravens flock. So sorry, Michael K. You guys
Oh,
got
the
to do it
Raven
again next
nevermore.
year. Quote the Raven nevermore.
Hmm.
There's going to be a whole bunch of ravens and standing out there in those little iron fences, waiting to attack.
Hmm. All right, man of the hour. What's your verdict?
Um, listen, I'm going with the Ravens because I like running football teams.
But what about the fact that remember we were talking about how remember they beat the Bills in the playoffs, Raven, in regular season.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to factor with this game here. I
Okay.
think it's because they're just both still trying to find it. Like they both haven't been there. And it's different with the Chiefs, who's been there already, just like the Patriots has been there.
Hmm.
And that's why I was that's why I made that comparison to that. But in this case, I think the Ravens would pull it out because I believe but again, Lamar got to play mistake-free football. Don't just sit up there, get in trouble, can't find nobody to throw the ball to, and then you're throwing it across the middle for no apparent reason, and you getting picked off like that. I think if you just play disciplined football, stick to what you do, whether it's working or not. Don't try to sit up there and change the game plan because this is what got you here. So don't change it. And I feel like if they do that, if they change, that's where they'll lose the game at. But if they just stick to what they know, they have a chance at doing that. Now, I believe Buffalo will be the one that be making more mistakes just because that's the type of player Josh Allen is.
Hmm.
He's that guy that I'm just going to try something. Or, if he's like just about to get sacked, instead of just taking the sack and living for another down, he'll sit up there and just try to throw the ball to prevent the sack. And you're throwing it into a D lineman's arms or something like that because you don't have enough arm strength to get it out because you're trying not to get sacked or whatever. So
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like and he plays that type of way. He's that type of guy too. And it's the same thing for Buffalo. Like, play the way that got you here. But the only thing is, in their case, what has gotten them there has also gotten them out of there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Over the past few
Mm-hmm.
years. And the
Mm-hmm.
Ravens' excuse is Lamar is never healthy around this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he's healthy now.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
here. He's healthy. So I think with that being the factor, I think they'll get by on Buffalo.
All right. From
Right.
your lips to God's ears.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
All right. With that being said,
Matchup of matchups.
man of the hour, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, man, I'm looking forward to the off season where we be kicking it here on a regular basis, man.
Yes.
So, with that being
Yeah.
said, what are
We
your
definitely
final thoughts,
appreciate you
man?
coming, man.
No problem. My final thoughts is, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Um, Cowboys, man.
And by the way, there's a difference between relative and family. You know what I'm saying? Relatives you're related to by blood, and family is a different. And to me, man of the hour, you're family to me.
Of course, yeah. Same for you too.
So,
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
Cowboys, man. One day, I'll probably have a chance to come up here and brag. But
yeah. And
Right.
listen, me and Crypto, we're gonna brag too. 2060.
Yep. You're right.
yes,
Exactly.
I just need Jerry. Like, Jerry, you're not gonna see it. Like, and I think the problem is like he said he prayed to God back in the 90s that he just, if you give him one, he'll never ask for anything else again. Well, God gave you three, and you
Mm-hmm.
can't get back.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you got what you asked for. So that might be the problem with you,
Sell
sir.
the team, and do something else with yourself.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sell it, give it to somebody
Sell the
else.
team. Listen, sell the team.
Exactly.
Hook
Sell it.
up with Belichick. Get y'all some 23-year-olds, and and and
Mm.
and uh,
Belichick knows how to do that.
yeah, and with the money, invest 10% in all that Viagra and just go happy. And take Stephen Ross with you too while you're at it, please.
Right.
Yeah, I think that like, well, I've said it before. If once Jerry's not in control anymore, I think we'll have better success there. And for the players that sit up here and they back him up, they vouch for him and stuff like that. I mean, you just doing that because the man signed your check, bro.
Right.
Come on, man. You got to say
That's all
that.
they need.
Who sits up there and really gonna trash their owner? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody publicly. I mean, they probably do it behind closed
Yes.
doors
Yeah,
that we
behind
don't
closed
know
doors
of,
they
but
do.
By the way,
they're not going to
the next
public.
by the way, that reminds me. The next my next album is called Yachts and Viagra, coming out soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Jerry needs to
Buy one, get one free.
right. I think Jerry needs to go ahead and just let it go because it's not going to work. Not with the game plan and philosophy that he believes in. It's not going to happen. Like, you getting these soft ass coaches, that ain't going to work. Like, Mike McCarthy is more college, high school type guy. You know what I'm saying? To
Kind of like a Chip Kelly.
right, what you want out of him Like you're not gonna get that. Like you're not gonna get it from him. Like you can sit up there and say he's a great, I guess, play caller or whatever. No, he's not. No, he's not. Not at all. It's just like we're seeing the same thing with the team over and over and over, no matter who the coach is. From him, Jason Garrett, Wade Phillips, it's been the same damn things. Each one of those guys had what? What? Not Wade. Wade hasn't reached 13 wins, I don't believe. But he's had not Wade. I mean Mike McCarthy. Wade, I believe he reached 13 wins. Jason Garrett has reached 13 wins.
Yeah.
Hell, Bill Parcells reached 13 wins. You know what I'm saying? Wade,
Yeah, they've all reached that number. Yeah.
Mike
Damn.
McCarthy, he's won 12. He went 12-5, like what 2-3 years in a row, something like that or whatever. And then it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like when I see little memes on Instagram and they comparing the numbers, Dak Prescott's record to Patrick Mahomes' record in the past 3 years and whatever, and they're identical. When it comes to everything, like record, touchdowns, interceptions, all that is identical. But the only difference is Patrick Mahomes has been to the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's the only difference. So it's like I don't care what Dak Prescott can do. We're not getting to the game. What does that matter?
Yeah. Eventually you want to start holding those same Lombardi trophies. Yep.
Yeah, like I don't want these when you
Transfer
compare us,
them over.
these numbers are they're about equal. I don't want to see that or hear about that.
Yeah.
Because nothing's
That brings
equal
even more
until
grief.
right. Nothing's equal until what's the goal of the game? To win 12, 13 games a year? That's your goal? No, everybody's goal is to win the Super Bowl. And that's not what we're doing. We had DeMarcus Lawrence go on First Take after last season and said that we was unprepared, guys were tired, and this and that. Why are you saying that publicly?
No. Damn, they were tired and unprepared.
Yes, he said it.
Jeez.
Like, why are you saying that publicly? So now you just open up a whole new thing about the Cowboys and what they got going on in their organization. Like you talk too much, sir. And we've seen the unpreparedness. Y'all remember the Dak Prescott debacle when he sat up there and didn't know how much time was on the clock? And you remember that a few years ago.
Yeah.
So come on, man. Like,
I mean, they run it out. Yeah.
Where is the preparation? Like, y'all don't practice these things. Like, you didn't put the ball in a place where you could get it out of bounds.
Does preparation age count?
They need that too, probably. They don't have nothing. They don't have none of that.
They use a good old fashioned witch hazel. That's good enough for them.
Yeah. So, listen, I want to see them do good, so I could talk my shit. Not directly to y'all, but I have a lot of Dolphin fans. No, not just in general, just the Dolphin fans that I know that comes at me every time we lose. And I'm sitting there like, I don't say nothing to you when y'all lose. Like, why do you come attacking me? So it's going to be hell the day they sit up. If the Cowboys fuck around and get a Super Bowl, they're going to have to see me every day. Every day. I don't care. I'll put all my pictures on social media. They're
gonna have to block you, huh?
They're gonna have to.
You're gonna force them to block you.
They're gonna have to, because every day I'm gonna write them a message with a picture of the Cowboys or something. They're gonna get sick of me, and I don't care what they got to say, because I'm like, for you guys to sit up here and have so much hate on the Cowboys and clowning the Cowboys, and I have to hit them with like, Cowboys ain't been to the Super Bowl since '95. Okay, so what about the Dolphins? Come on now.
That's crazy.
At least the last time when we went, we won. Come on now. Crazy. Like, did you forget that, y'all? They be talking to me like they the Patriots. You know, like
Yeah.
that's what they do.
My
They
God.
talk to me like they're the Patriots, and I'm like, bro, like, come on now, stop it. You scream Dolphin this and Dolphin that, but then you turn around and don't realize that y'all haven't been to a Super Bowl longer than us.
Yeah, man.
So it's like, come on, stop telling us what we haven't done when they haven't done the same thing like longer.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all
Right.
lost that one. So like I said, not against y'all or anybody on this panel or anything like that. It's just people I know, family
So
members.
you in Florida, right? You in
Yeah, Miami.
what part? Miami. So okay, yeah, South
Miami. I'm
Florida.
I'm
Okay.
down the street from the stadium, like 20 blocks west of it.
West of the stadium. Oh, okay. You right there.
Hmm. So it's
Because
like,
the stadium is close to the county line, right? Or something
yeah,
like that.
going north. Yeah, north is county line. Yep. So I'm like,
Yeah, I show crypto the neighborhood.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I have to hear that every time. I got a nephew that comes in.
As a matter of fact, remember one time, when me and Lewis, before we went to La Carreta, we stopped at somebody's house.
Hmm.
That was his house we stopped at.
Okay. Right.
That wasn't too far from the
Okay.
stadium. You remember that?
Yeah. 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 Yep.
Me, you, and
Yeah,
Lewis.
Yeah.
That was the
Yep.
day Lewis got a pork sandwich or some shit like that, Cuban sandwich.
Yep.
We
Yeah. The
both
Cuban
had a
sandwich.
steak.
Right.
but yeah,
Yep.
man, that's what I believe, man. I just want to sit up there, see us do good. I mean, we ain't got to win the Super Bowl every year. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be greedy or whatever. I just want to sit
Hmm.
up there, have if we're gonna have decent seasons. God damn it, get past the second round of the playoffs at least.
Yeah,
We could lose. We could get to the NFC Championship game, lose there. I'm fine. Get to the Super Bowl, lose there. I'm fine. Win both of those, I'm even better. But get there. If you're not gonna get there, we're gonna be 8-9, 9-8, 12-5, whatever. You 12-5, you got to get to the NFC Championship game, bro.
yeah.
Stop it. You got to. You 8-9. Yeah, I could see you getting out first round. No problem. Wild card. Yeah, you could get up out of there. 9-8. Maybe get past maybe same thing. Losing the wild card, but get past it or whatever. But them 12-5 seasons, bro, you should not be losing early in the playoffs. And then you're not losing to the team that's winning the Super Bowl. Like, at least let that be a factor too.
Hmm.
Lose to the team that wins the Super Bowl. So I could be like, oh well, yeah, we lost in the wild card or whatever, but look, they won the Super Bowl. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
kind of like what we did last year.
Right. Yes, y'all lost to Kansas City and they went and won the Super Bowl. Like something like that. Do that. Lose to the champions. That's going to be the champion. But don't sit there and just lose to the team that you lose to, and then they lose the next week too. That's the problem right there.
Right. Yep.
So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. Well, we about to wrap this up. We will hopefully see y'all next week. We're gonna be doing. Oh, real quick before we do, I almost forgot, man. Real quick, this is gonna be a bonus. Uh, all right. This was a funny thing about movies and actors. Macaulay
Mm.
Culkin as Joe Burrow,
Exactly.
Samuel Jackson as Lamar Jackson, Drake as Russell Wilson,
Yep.
Ryan Gosling as Jared Goff,
There you go.
Steve Carell as Aaron Rodgers, the 4-year-old version, Chris Hainsworth as Sam Darnold,
Mm.
Peter Dinklage, the little midget,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
as
Wow.
Kyler Murray, P.
Right.
Diddy as Deshaun Watson,
Oh wow.
Chris Evans as Josh Allen,
Wow.
Leonardo DiCaprio as Bill Belichick, Omar Epps as Mike Tomlin,
He definitely
I
looked
can't
like him.
I can't tell the difference.
You
Anne
can't. You
Hathaway
actually
as
can't.
Derek Carr, Jason Momoa as Tua, Jay-Z as Creighton, and Matt Damon as Joe Buck. Joel Osteen as Kurt Chance.
Kirko Chains, whoever that
Yeah.
is.
Nicolas Cage as Andy Reid.
That's Andy Reid. Oh man.
Officer Farva as Aiden O'Connell.
As they don't Jeez.
Liam Hemsworth as
Yes,
Justin Herbert.
I see
Yeah, he
that.
do look like him. Yeah,
Adam DeVito as Baker Mayfield.
he
Hmm.
does look like Baker.
Tom
Oh,
Holland
the
as
guy that
Brock
played
Purdy.
like Spider-Man and Brock
Yeah.
Purdy. Yeah, yeah.
Nick Cannon as Tyreek
That's
Hill.
Tyreek.
Zeta as Caleb Williams.
That's Caleb Williams. Yeah, yep. Wow, that's crazy.
Shane Gill
Oh, he
as
does.
Mike
Mike
McCarthy.
McCarthy. Yeah, he does look like
Hmm.
Mike McCarthy did.
Josh Brolin as Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
This one fucked me up. Jada Pinkett Smith as Tony Dungy.
It's
Hell
Tony
no.
Sanchi. Wow. Oh God,
and,
that's wild. What the
fi-
hell?
and finally,
Oh man.
Jody Dench as Jerry Jones.
Oh man.
Damn, Jerry Jones. He almost looked like Jimmy Carter too.
Yeah. Hey, they need to do that for real. Let it be a one NFL type movie or something like that, and have all
Hmm.
those people do that for real.
Yep.
By the way, Nicolas Cage is playing John Madden.
Oh, in the John Madden movie, in the
Yeah,
Madden
yeah,
movie,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yes, yeah.
he got the role.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna be cursing a lot because that's what I heard about
Yep.
Madden.
Uh,
Right.
So
For
well, you
sure.
see, I gotta get the turducken and
if
Madden
they're
movies.
gonna if they're gonna do
Hmm.
anything about Madden, they better have him cursing a lot. Because I watched the little Madden thing on Amazon,
Hmm.
and that's what a lot of people when they were creating the game was saying that they said what's one thing you notice about John Madden, and the one dude said he curses a lot.
Oh,
Hmm.
whatchamacallit used to curse a lot too. Don Shula.
Sure.
Yeah, but
He
he's a
did.
coach. John Madden was a coach too, but Don Shula didn't do TV like how Madden did after.
Right.
And who was his the other guy who was working with Madden?
Pat Summerall or
Yes,
Al
Pat
Michaels.
Summerall.
Right.
I think it was Pat who said it. I don't remember who said it, but he was like, I was always afraid that he was gonna curse on TV,
Hmm.
but he never
Mm.
did. They go, he always kept his cool and he knew what not to say or whatever. And but when them cameras are not on, he's cursing his ass off.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
with that being said, man, listen, I appreciate y'all once again.
For sure.
We have two more. We have one more show, and then of course the Super Bowl preview. So, with that being said, fins up and
Fins up, everybody.
peace out.